here's a couple of the weird headlines that I found this week, and some of them are just crazy. Like we're almost living in like the Matrix, like a pretend world. So researchers at Boston University had decided to start mixing strains of COVID, and they've come up with a strain that's 80% lethal in mice. Now they're trying to say it's a good thing because the other thing that they were doing was 100% lethal in mice. Now you might be saying it's just mice, but it's really not because that's what they test all the vaccines on. And speaking of vaccines, okay, have you ever wondered, like, as a person in their 40s growing up, whenever I got a vaccine, when I got a polio vaccine, I didn't get polio. The CDC in 2018 has changed the definition of vaccine. The definition is they changed it from a product that stimulates an immune response from the body to a preparation against a certain thing that stimulates the person's immune response. It seems like a small difference, but it's a huge difference because, it's like taking the vaccine or all the boosters and stuff. It's like that scene in Anchorman. Sex Panther, 60% of the time, it works every time. And now they're starting to figure out that sometimes whenever you take the vaccine, that you end up having the long COVID symptoms. Some rare people do, or that there's other side effects, and no telling what we don't know. And also, there is a outbreak of pubic lice that's going to people's armpits in BYU. Okay, so in order to try to get around their chastity rules or whatever, I guess that they're doing some weird things over there. So instead, but I mean, you're not going to fool God. I mean, God knows what you're doing. It's not like it's going to be any different. Like however you're doing it, it's still sin. It's still considered sex. And just, I mean, that's. It would seem like where a whole lot of people shave and stuff that would almost be eradicated, but now people are getting up in their armpits and stuff, and that's just wrong all the way around. And China has publicly came out and said that they have weather changing technology. So they wanted the clear skies, and so they added. They did whatever they did. It's some kind of chemical that they added to the air, the atmosphere, and they was able to clear sky for this parade or some special thing they had. Now, in some ways, that seems like a good technology because, places that don't have rain, you can see the air and, have the rain. Problem is, with this technology, it leaches chemicals into the ground, so it actually starts killing plants, and I'm sure it probably causes cancer to animals and us, And then also, it makes me wonder if someone has not weaponized that, because it seems awful odd that the whole world has bad weather right now, like terrible, I mean, you look at the droughts in places that, it normally rains. You look at the hurricanes and stuff. Who's to say that somebody, it don't even have to be the government. If that leaks out, who's to say that you don't have weather terrorists now, who can, because, I mean, I don't know. It just, it just seems odd to me. And, and of course, we know the government would never do anything to harm its own people. And lastly, we're going to mention that the world's dirtiest man has died. So here's the story. I can't pronounce his name. I'm going to put it down here. This guy had taken a bath for more than 60 years. And he lived outside this village. And during the warm time, like he basically like dug a hole and was sleeping in the hole. Like he would smoke animal dung, and he would only eat roadkill, but the doctors examined him a few years ago and said he was healthy. He had a severe fear of taking a bath because he thought if he took a bath that he would die. Well, they finally convinced him to take a bath, and he died. right after. So, and then they said the next dirtiest guy is somewhere over in India. So it's like somebody's keeping a record of all this. But I mean, it's just kind of ironic though that he had a fear of taking a bath, and then when he did take a bath, that was the thing that he died right after. Now, in, now in fairness, and to be just put the whole picture together, he was over 90-year-old. And then it's also amazing that he was able to survive that long in those kind of conditions. And then, what's the average life expectancy in America now? Like 70 or something? It might be less with the COVID. He's able to live like way past what most people did who living healthier. Well, that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you got any more ideas, comments, just